cold, loves the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way. In a world so cold, love's the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way. Hearts beat as one underneath the sun. Love's melody sets our spirits free. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way. I feel the sound of freedom. I can hear the sound of a revolution. I can feel the ground shaking. The winds of a change coming, coming. Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd. Shaking ground, winds of change. Feel it all rearrange. Voices rising, hearts beating, hope in the air, never retreating. A new day dawning, colors bright, embracing the change, feeling right. Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd, shaking ground, winds of change, feel it all rearrange. Break the chains, break the mold, embrace the future, bold and bold. Stand together, hand in hand, united we rise across the land. Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd, shaking ground, winds of change, feel it all rearrange. Break the chains, break the mold, embrace the future, bold and bold. Stand together, hand in hand, united we rise across the land. Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd, shaking ground, winds of change, feel it all rearrange. Never give up.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also you will get email updates for Guardians only. plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our EIOBN.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance.
Every generation stands on the shoulders of the generation that went before. And so you see farther because you're standing taller than we did and can look farther. But Reed, at least give us the credit that you're seeing farther because you're standing on our shoulders. We don't have inflation because the people are living too well. We have inflation because the government is living too well.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead.
Well, guess what, guys? We made it to Thursday. Ow. We here. Headbangers Ball today, right? Don't want Kamala to hear that. She'll jump. Oh, be running for it. Anyway, what a great day to be alive. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It is Thursday, right? I believe it's Thursday. Good Lord. I don't even know what these days are anymore. Yeah, so Thursday. And lots of great things going on in America. Man. I hope you guys are understanding what's taking place here. And I hope you guys are getting used to just the thought of winning. Just the thought of it. Because that's all we're going to get used to. We're going to get used to it. If you're not used to it, you need to get used to it because it's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, whether you support Donald Trump or not, he's your president. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Lots of good things going on in America. We've got so much to talk about today, and I'll try not to rattle too much here. Try to get started here. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys woke up today with still another smile on your face because we voted him in. He got it. Lots of crazy things going on, and we expected it. We expected it. You can't expect to have something so big and so monumentous that some ding dong ain't gonna come up and try to do something stupid or try to interfere or just tries to call panic or whatever the heck they want to do. But we all know who they are and what they're about because they're just a crazy bunch of bats is what they are. Anyway, glad to have you here today. We'll try to get through this roll call if we can. So we got Georgia up in the house. We got McAllen, Texas, Madison, Alabama, Dayton, Ohio, Coffeyville, Mississippi, Colorado, Virginia in the house. Hey, DC, Aaron and Leona and Micah here from Gig Harbor, Washington. So glad to be a part of the gardening family. Thank you so much that you are part of that. Hello, Patriots, Oklahoma in the house. Snowy, Brighton, Colorado. Man, I love that snow stuff. Whoa, man. Clinton, Tennessee in the house. Hey, DC, I love your lives. Like taking a good vitamin. Yep, John and Char, thank you so much. Summerfield, Florida. Ringgold, Georgia in the house. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Meansville, Georgia. Hey, from Phil in Georgia. Amy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Madison, North Carolina. Rogue River, Oregon, thank you. South Georgia in the house. From Cape Girardeau, Missouri in the house. Dallas, Texas in the house. Thank you so much, Patriots there. Southeast Hamilton, Ohio. Rosemarie from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Thank you. Dalton, Georgia in the house. Time to clean. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about this stuff because it's good stuff. Hamilton, Ohio against Sarasota, Florida. Oshkosh in the house on the road near Texas. Be careful out there. Knoxville, Tennessee. Good afternoon, Pages from Indiana. I enjoy talking to you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's good. I had somebody reach out to me and they said, the other night, man, I'm really surprised. I was like, why is that? Because you were actually a little bit smarter than what I thought. I mean, you like up on your feet and you know exactly what people are talking about. Like, well, it's because I don't keep my head buried in the sand of whatever it may be. I love to know history. I love to know about almost anything I can get my hands on and read. Pound, Virginia, South Georgia, hello from Arkansas, Florida in the house, Stanford, Kentucky. Hey, y'all from Iowa, D&K in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you for keeping us important. DC, Julie from Carson City, Michigan. I'm sorry. Beautiful day in Michigan. Hello, Patriots. Central Missouri in the house. Brainbridge, Georgia. Western Kentucky. Doug. Hey, brother from Doug. Hey, Doug. And DJ from Camden, Kentucky. Hey, DC, Statesville, North Carolina. South Georgia, South Carolina. West Tennessee. Thank you so much. Reporting for class, Long Island. Awesome. Great day to be alive. Yes, it is. Rogue River, Oregon in the house. Southwest Missouri. Ozark, Alabama. Magnolia, Texas. Good place there. Sorry about that. Brunswick, Georgia in the house. Ohio. Wow, fussy Democrats. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, they don't realize it, but the Democrats, those that are fussy and complaining, they're about to have a diaper change. And anyway, West Tennessee, hey, DC, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Childersburg, Alabama in the house. Everyone got the, biggest, yep. The cabal is about to get really not cleaned up, but wiped out. Fairhaven, Massachusetts, Tennessee. Sorry about that, guys. New York in the house. Happy dancing like crazy. Yes, New York in the house. Good deal. Hello from Red, California. If they don't cheat, yeah. Let's see. Greetings from East Jordan, Michigan, DC. Thank you so much, hey brother. Rander. And good to see you in there today. Hey, great to have our president back. Yep. Augusta, Arkansas, Eastern Washington. Hey, DC, Christina from White House, Tennessee. Hello from White House, Tennessee. Holden Beach, North Carolina. Let's see here. Hey, DC, don't change your personality for anyone. I think you're real. Just keep trying. Hey, you're exactly right. And those that don't like my personality, you can just kiss my crack, right? Kiss my crack. DC, hello from DC. Norton, Ohio. Trump best president ever. Yep. Northwest Ohio in the house. Let's see. Sarge. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Let me pin this here. But Sarge, reach out to me through our email, dc@eiobn.com. I want to make contact with you. I think we all need to do a show together. I think it'd be fantastic. Join our muscles together and talk. Yeah. So since Trump won, how's the military going to step into the public eye? Well, it's already happening, but every time the military kind of like moves around, everybody freaks out. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And have you noticed how, of course, you do have a couple of nut jobs that are out there that have been, trying to do some dumb stuff. But well, let me get through this here, and we'll hit it. We'll hit it hard because I got a lot of good stuff for you guys. I mean, I got some good stuff for you guys. I mean, it's great. Indiana in house, no Patriots. Donna from Virginia. Sorry about this guy. Flint, Michigan. We're going to get in Bedford, Virginia. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Jefferson City, Missouri. Brand PDD list dropped today, I heard. Yeah. Let's see here. We are the storm. Yes, we are. Kanaya, Alaska. Thank you so much for listening. Lake Washington, Boney Lake, Washington, Melrose, Minnesota, Gainesville, Texas, and House of Smell of Freedom. Yeah, exactly. Soggy Mid, Missouri in the house. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Pikeville, Tennessee in here. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Jasper, Tennessee. North Carolina in the house. Again. Making sure. Sylacauga, Alabama in the house. Thank you so much. Hey, DC, God bless you, DC from KC. Okay. Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Great seeing. See. All right. Let's see who else we got here. We got Hawk 1269, West Virginia. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Washington State in here, Montgomery County, Texas. Another Texas house. Dayton, Ohio. Kitts Hill, Ohio. Eastern Iowa, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Dry Fork, Virginia, South Georgia. Hello, DC. Hello to you. Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania, Brunswick, Georgia. Palm City, Florida. Appreciate you. Falling Waters, West Virginia. Love you, DC. Thank you so much. Shirley from Hot Springs, Dublin, Georgia, West Tennessee. Daphne, Alabama. Ready for disclosure. Yep. Watertown, Wisconsin, Fort Myers, Florida. We got Tracy from May, Texas in the house. Got Mississippi in the house, Oklahoma. Green Grove Springs, Florida in the house. DC's podcast, highly addictive. Well, thank you so much. That's good. Port Charlotte, Florida in the house. Columbus, Georgia. Columbus, Georgia. Coleman, Alabama in the house. Good for your watch party. Keep it up. Order your pizza. Wichita Falls, Texas. Hello, DC. Can smile off my face. Yep, you should have a smile. Fancy Farm, Kentucky. Good to see you in here today. North Central Texas, Deer Park, Texas. Dalton, Georgia again. Rainsville, Alabama. Washington State there. Kimberly, Texas. We never miss a live. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate that more than you know. Wisconsin checking in. Columbia, Kentucky. Okay, Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. Abbeville, Alabama. Hartsford, Georgia. Man, they get piling up in here like crazy today. Jasper, Georgia. Waco, Texas. Anderson, South Carolina. Tennessee, Ohio, Missouri. Okay. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry because the chat is just going crazy here. Muscle Shoals, Alabama in house. Lenore City, Tennessee. North Central Texas. Columbus, Ohio. Western North Carolina. Let's see here. Yeah. Putin said that the New World Order is a thing of the past. It may be for now, but yeah, we all know what happens. Wilsonville, Oregon, Wichita, Kansas in the house, Powdersville, South Carolina, Santa Rosa, California. Another Knoxville in the house there. Thank you so much. Yeah, I saw that Crescent Crow. I saw that there was a. It was overnight. It was I believe it was yesterday. But overnight there was a big old monument put out there on the mall, and it was because you had a big base to it, and then on top of it was a desk, and yeah, it's hilarious. It's a desk with a big pile of poop on it, and not like a real pile of poop, but you get what I'm saying. It's a monument to Kamala Harris for the crappy job that they've done. DC, my grandson is going to Washington DC on a school field trip next week. Should I be nervous about these? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You should be fine. Of course, if something was to break out, I mean, hopefully they ain't gonna still walk around, but I think we're gonna be okay for a second. Do you think that the Trump is going to take off 50 states? We got some good intel on that stuff too. Buckeye from Dayton, Ohio. Okay. I think we're good here. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Hopefully it's chocolate chip, one of those big old thick chocolate chip cookies. But yeah, lots of things to talk about in good old America. Good old America. I hate to say this, but I told you so again. Because the new things that are coming out. Now, let me stop here real quick here. October surprise. I said it the other day. I said, how do you know it hasn't already happened? How do you know it hasn't already happened? When everybody's like, well, what happened to it? Didn't hear nothing about it. October surprise, man. And it's going to start slowly coming out. But I can tell you officially what the October surprise was. And it starts with this. I'm going to set the platform up for this. As of today, the Democrats are blaming Joe Biden for the Harris loss to Trump. If he had just stepped down actually in January instead of July, we would be in a very different place. Now, I told you, I hate saying it. Pat myself on the back here. But I told you that the Democrats would turn this thing on Joe Biden and eventually Kamala Harris, because that's what they do. They turn themselves on each other. But they would turn on him and say that he's the reason why they lost, or and it doesn't matter. But they're going to say that Joe Biden, of course, he wasn't on the ballot, but history will likely remember Kamala Harris and her resounding defeat also. And they're going to, they're saying this, that it's going to be attached to the fact that Joe Biden didn't want to step down in January. But let me stop here. But if you recall, it was the Democrats that were pushing Joe Biden. Oh, no, he's perfectly fine. He's going to be good. He's fine. And then after his crap show of a, debate where he didn't know if he was there or if he was at Disneyland, that was then they started going, well, we got questions now. We got questions. But even the night of the debate and after, even when they were still questioning themselves, they were still like, well, he'll be fine. And then eventually they overthrew him. And by doing that, then that caused the wheels of motion to where Kamala's just stepped into it. Wasn't voted into it, but was appointed into it. And they are saying that it's because of that they lost. The bottom line is this: they lost because we think they suck. That's pretty much it. We think they stink. We think they suck. They've screwed the American people for so long, and immigration is kind of what sunk her boat. Let me just say this. I hope she had fun the last 4 years on the American people's dollar, on the backs of the American people that are working. And I hope she enjoyed herself, because that's the last good show she's going to have. It's the last good time she's going to have. And when Joe Biden was in there, it was the Democrats and some Republicans that were saying, "Oh, Joe's fine. He's fine. Just had a bad. He's already asking for a second debate. He's already wanting another debate. He's already wanting." And I don't even know if y'all recall or not, but even Trump was like, "I don't know what the hell the guy's saying. I don't even think he even knows what he said." Because, Jesus, I don't need to wear. Heck, I think I'm at Disneyland with him too right now. I don't know. Because Joe Biden is the only one who can take you on a trip that you were like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. What are you talking about? We're talking about 1944 now. Where'd we get this from? Oh, Joe Biden. Just Joe Biden. But we're here where we're at. And it isn't because Joe Biden didn't drop out. It isn't because that, there was a fraud. None of that stuff. It was because the American people were sick of him and sick of the Democratic Party. But as the Democrats, the article says, as the Democrats pick up the pieces after President-elect Donald Trump's decisive victory, some of the vice president's backers are expressing frustration that Biden and his decision to seek re-election until the summer was just ridiculous. And there were so many concerns about his age and about his mental capacity and that now, get this, the article says, and they had so much concern over the way Joe Biden has handled the post-pandemic inflation and also the border crisis. The only crisis that we've been in has been the Biden-Harris administration. And guess what? We're making America great again. And it is so funny. I mean, it's so funny. So many things are parallel to the Clinton deal. So many parallel things. Because you got them saying, oh, well, we got this thing, and it was too big to rig. Even though they try, I hope you guys now have a little bit more confidence in America, and that at some point we win, right? When we've been saying, hey, we got people in places that are making things, and there is military that is keeping this thing down. That's why we were all given a stand down order. If anything happens, do not show up with weapons or anything like that, because you will be interfering with a military operation. This is during the election. I gave this to you the other day. And the reason behind that is because we were underneath a military operation. Now, if you recall, after the last election, when they stole it, everybody was demanding, well, why don't we have military out there? Why don't we have military? It happened. Do you think that they will make Biden drop out completely and install Harris as president for the remainder of his term? Anything's a possibility with the Democrats, because they're always about trying to pull out something. I'm going to tell you some stuff today that I believe is changing. Some things are changing. Yes, we're getting a different president. Donald Trump's coming back. Donald Trump's your daddy. Okay. Whether you like him or not, he's your po-po daddy. But yeah, anything's possible with the Democrats. But I don't know. I'm not saying for a fact, but I don't know if they're really going to try anything else. And I'll tell you something here in a little bit. But anyways, one of the, and this here is what the Democrats are saying. I'm reading an article here. And this article is from Fortune 500, actually. But they're saying that they knew they were in trouble when a photo showing the moment when the U.S. President Joe Biden put on a Trump 24 hat during a 9/11 commemoration event. And that had been shared onto social media. And the Democrats said that they were mad because they thought it was misleading people to think that Joe Biden was endorsing Trump. Can I tell you a little secret? He was. He was. And I'll tell you why. Because one, they actually forced him out of a position, coup, whatever you want to call it, forced him out. And he was pissed. He was pissed at Kamala. That's why he told Kamala a couple weeks ago, I played it for him. He was like, get off my lawn. And then Biden him tried to put a restraining order against the old man. Now it's his place until he flies out. But the Democrats going to say, in an unexpected turn of events, President Joe Biden has endorsed Donald Trump for president and has pushed the Make America Great Again. That's literally what they said. And I will post this later on my TikTok. They are pissed at Joe because the fact that, according to the Democrats, in an unexpected turn of events, this is them talking. This ain't some Yazoo off of TikTok making some AI thing. In an unexpected turn of events, President Joe Biden has endorsed Donald Trump for president. Make America Great Again. Wow. Okay. So, when did that happen? When did that? Because haven't seen nothing on the news, right? Haven't seen nothing on the news. Nothing at all. News ain't, in case you haven't heard yet, the news is not going to show you everything yet. But it was on Monday, October 28th is when that happened. Now, the prove me people. I got you. One, we got the article here that the Democrats are putting out. And then two, pretty soon, we should have the video. Because it is being so buried, because they do not want. Do you realize that the Democratic Party, if the video gets out of Joe Biden and saying this, that it will cause the Democratic Party to continue to implode? And it will. It'll cause it to continue to go down. It will continue to go down. So, I've just been going through a bunch of different things. We got. I understand. Right now, we got people people are threatening to kill Trump. They're on X saying it. They're on TikTok. They're even on their Facebook. But have no fear, people. Have no fear, little grasshopper. I'm on it. I'm on it. I was on the phone earlier with some good stuff. And so I can find it here. I got so many things in front of me. I mean, it's crazy. Where's it at here? So sorry. Anyway, yeah, and people was reaching out to DC. People are threatening to kill Trump on X. Joey Marino is asking for arrest for all these crazies. I just hope it gets to the right person. I'm sending you this to see if it can help in case. Yes, and there was a lady actually trying to find. Here we go. A lady on Facebook, Julie Catching is her name. Cathing. And when the election happened, her response was 5 words. You ready for this? 5 words. This was her. 5 words. We need an accurate sniper. LOL. And puts a picture of a girl puking. Okay, good for her. And so someone sent me that. Of course, I went and, grabbed all of her good old information that she, just because you don't put your address, put your stuff on Facebook doesn't mean you cannot be found. And so I got her. And so I went through some of her stuff and was looking here. And of course, then somewhere, Marjorie Jordan, this other chick, she's like, Jolie, that's exactly what I've been saying the whole time. That I thought the whole thing was, especially after the second attempt, was a ruse to get sympathy for votes. It's a nightmare and a joke. Well, let me tell you about Marjorie Jordan and Julie Ketching. Tching. If you want to go look her up. She may not be, it may be down by now. But as of this morning, she's from Dorchester, Texas. So this morning I was already on the phone with the Dallas Secret Service, and those two ladies about to get a visit. Knock, knock. Who's there? Secret Service. Why are you here? Because you're making threats towards the president. Boom. I'm sick of people like that. I'm sick of people that turn around and do that. Let me tell you a little secret here. Anytime you see that kind of stuff, you do not have to. First of all, you don't call your local police department. They ain't gonna do jack crap. They ain't gonna do it because it's one, out of their jurisdiction, and two, that's too much man hours for me to get off my donut to, really do anything. So they don't do anything. But it's called this. You opened up the can of mess, and I opened up the can of whoop ass. Anytime someone puts stuff like that on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, screenshot it, record it, whatever. Look them up. Try to find them. And if you can't, it's a different story, holler at me. But if you know where they're coming from, see where they're from and all that, go Google Secret Service and all the field offices. It'll let you have the states. It'll have all that stuff. And this is for you guys, the users. What I'm doing here, I'm arming you with tools that make a difference. Now, don't go making false reports because you go to prison. But if somebody's doing that, you can report them yourself and get them hooked up real good. Because we've come too far. I said it yesterday. We've come too far to take any more bull crap and to just take it and let people make their threats and do their things, and that's it. We've come too far for this. And I refuse to listen to that crap. I refuse to. Something that I wanted you to hear. I'm going to play a couple little segments here. This is of Kamala telling her followers that we must accept. Now, I'm going to jump from several clips here, so we'll get going here.
Experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
Okay. Now she's giving the message of you should not have, you don't need that. It's not loyalty to your party. That's been her whole stance. Being loyal. If you're not loyal, then you're not part of us. You're part of that Trumper people. So let's go on. I'm going to play a couple more clips here.
The first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp, and you know the enemy camp is certain networks, and a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay, which one, CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fine. He's like the only guy I've ever seen, he really looks forward to it, and then he just goes and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Wild. Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
Daggone right we did. Somebody asked me, says, what do I think of Vance? Well, I think Vance, I know this guy. And this guy that I know, he's got like this, it's weird. It's got like this kind of a weird face and always looks like they got eyeliner on or something. Kind of weird. Vance is kind of like that. I think Vance, I'm still not, I have no choice but to kind of believe, but only time will tell. Yes, I'm aware what Trump or what JD said in the past. I'm very aware. But I'm not aware yet, and I don't need to be. I'm not aware of when he went and maybe talked to Trump, how it was presented, was it taken out of context, all that stuff. I think we got to hold this out for a second. I'll tell you this, I trust Vance more than I would Sean Hannity. And that's the truth. So we have to sit back. Now, let me say this. Trump will continue to be Trump, and he will do things the way he's been doing them the last 8 years. Some things are going to change, and that means when the things that are going to change means those that were hidden in the dark are coming to the light to be exposed. And here's the thing. We got what we wanted. We got Trump voted in. We got to get him sworn in. And we can't be a people that go, man, I'm glad he's in, but I don't like this person, and immediately start chopping down his administration. That's now there's nothing wrong with concerns that you may have, but are they really legitimate concerns, or are they just thoughts of, oh, they could be this, they could be that? At some point, we have to not move on from conspiracy theories or conspiracy realists. We just have to kind of move. We still have that mindset, but that can no longer be the 100%, because what we have thought all along has been, and we've got to where we are. Now that we're at where we're at, we have to continue to move forward. We can't just stop and just go, well, I can't support his administration now because he's got this and this and this. We can't do that. I have no choice, neither do you, right now, of whether we support or like or anything with J.D. Vance. Am I giving a full endorsement on him? No, I'm not. I'm making a legitimate, statement of common sense. You can beware, but you still need to kind of make sure that Trump gets his grips him, because time will tell. After the honeymoon's over, we will see if he still wants in bed with the Trump administration. And that's that. So anyways, Joe Biden goes on to talk about his, and it's amazing now. Let me stop here. Let me rewind a little bit. So Kamala gave her defeat speech yesterday. And that's probably the only time I've ever heard her laugh less. And actually have more of a calm presidential tone to her. I believe she's relieved. I believe that she's like, oh, thank God this is over. I do. I really do. I think she's glad it's over. I think she's glad that she didn't win, because she couldn't have handled it even if she had won. Because it's all facade. It's all facade. And I heard her and I was like, okay, wow. She can actually carry on a conversation or give a decent speech. But I do know it was written by somebody else too. But the way she delivered it was more presidential than anything she's ever done. Now, does that mean that I support her? No, guys, give me a break. No way. But anyways, Joe Biden.
Giving up is unforgivable. We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith.
Okay, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Wasn't it him months ago saying, if Trump gets in, we're doomed? Was.
It's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor.
Okay, tell me when he did say that. Tell me when he said that, because I really must have missed that audio clip, video clip, memo, wherever the heck it was. I missed that part.
Only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans.
Okay. Have you, I hope you're listening to what's happening here. Because what's happening is they're backtracking. Let's go on. Let's listen to this one.
For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. For over 200...
And they have no choice but to do that. They have no choice. I hope you're seeing what's happening. I hope you're realizing what's going on. Because what's happening is that whole that whole thing of them, the whole rhetoric, the whole hate thing, the whole hate this, Trump's this, Trump's that, and those of you people are trash and you're garbage and blah, 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 blah. They have said, here's the thing, they have said enough stuff against the American people that even though their speeches that they're giving now are more somber and more level-headed, and they're acting like they're going to, that everything is going to be fine, we're not fooled. You don't call me garbage, you don't call me trash, and then you just think you're just going to get up and go, well, there was a fair election and we got through it, and people win and people lose. And no, you don't do that. You don't do that. You just don't do that. They're scared. Hello, they're scared. They are scared crapless right now. That's why I said I'm not even sure. And I'm man enough to say if I'm wrong or not. But I've said there's several different ways this could go down. We've heard everything from they're going to decertify him because of his criminal thing, all that. And I think the one thing everyone overlooked, including me, is this. What is the possibility of them realizing that the power that happened on Tuesday is the one that's overtaking? And not only that, the American people that have stood up and we voted and we changed things, they need to be worried. They are worried. Some retard on TikTok posted this, and this here is how the Democratic Party believes. Now, this is prior to the election, okay? I want you to hear this, because this is the kind of dumb dingling stuff that people say.
4 days, and Kamala Harris is your president. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Now listen clearly.
You Republicans are going to be crying like crazy because Democrats won again. It's going to be a fair election, so don't anybody get...
Do you hear what he just said? It's going to be a fair election.
A fair election, so don't anybody get in their head...
Nobody.
...that it's been cheated because it's fair.
Daggone right, Bobby.
There's been extra precautions put in place for this reason alone. Because, you always think somebody's cheating Republican.
Now, the extra things that were put in place was like extra ballots and people to go burn stuff and all that. But let's go and listen to the wise man of Dingleberry, USA.
No one's cheating. That's right. 3 more days, and Donald Trump will not be your president. Will not.
No!
I hope y'all have a good day. Enjoy the last 3 days until y'all boo-hoo your eyeballs out. I'm just telling you, you're going to boo-hoo. 3 more days.
All right, so I've been boo-hooing my eyes out over this guy. Oh, God. You see what I'm saying? You got all these goofy people saying the most retarded stuff. It's going to be crying, guys. You're going to be upset when Trump loses. And don't you dare come back and say that the election was stolen, because it's a fair election now. The fair election. So Douche McBaggins comes back on the next day, and man, he's live right now on TikTok. Man, I'd love to go in right now and just burp, but I won't. But anyways, Douche McBaggins is, his message changed the next day.
I'm going to probably be the first one to say this, but I think the election really needs to be investigated. I think there might have been some scandal going on.
Oh boy.
I don't think it's a true
election.
Boy. I really think there needs to be some investigation going on.
Boy.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But I'm going to say it.
You're wrong.
They need to kind of check into that. I mean, some things just don't make sense. I mean, I honestly feel like
A douchebag.
Kamala Harris got cheated out of this election.
What?
I really do.
No way.
And I will feel this way for the next 4 years.
Oh my God.
I feel like she got really cheated out of it. That's just my opinion.
Oh my God. Well, everybody has a butthole, like they have an opinion, so no one cares about yours. So that's the mindset. They're going to be no. Don't y'all dare come back, you Trumpers, and say that the election was stolen, that there's any fraud or anything like that. Don't ever do it. And then the very next day, I feel like the election, there needs to be some investigating going on because Kamala lost. Really? Yeah. Welcome to America. So, yeah. And not only that, it don't end there. It just don't end there. You got all kinds of goofballs that were so positive. I don't know what happened. I'll tell you what happened. America showed up and kicked the Democratic Party right in the nuts. That's what happened. Kicked them real good. And not only that, that's not the end of the show, guys. Not only that, we handed them their butts. So we handed them their butts. And not only that, they got 4 years. 4 more years of getting their butt handed to them. But not only that, here comes prosecution. But it's under a different arm of the law now. It's in a different area. What needs to be handled is going to be handled. Do you understand? I keep trying to reiterate to you guys. Those that operated in the last, beyond 4 years, but the last 4 years, in treasonous acts, overthrowing the elections, the fraud. I don't care if it's little Susie from some little town in wherever that no one knows about. I don't care if she was involved. She interfered in a federal United States election that was under military control. So, where's the military? We're not going to see the military. We have been sending the military. They have been doing things. It's just that you will not see it on mainstream media yet. The first time the media ever told the truth in years is when they said, since the last election was the other night when they said Donald Trump is the winner. That's the first time they've ever had to tell the truth. So you see, they're used to telling lies for years and years and years. And they bring up these journalists that are just total douche McBaggins. And it's going to change. It's going to change. Elon Musk, brilliant. Everybody knows that. I've been following him. And one of the things he said yesterday, he says the reality of this election was plain to see on X. While most legacy media, they have lied relentlessly to the American public. But through this election, you that's sitting at home right now, you are now the media. And he said this, legacy media is officially dead. Live long, or long live citizen journalism. The U.S. presidential campaign was further proof of what I've been saying, that citizen journalism is taking over traditional media. While the winning candidate appeared in several independent podcasts and shows and all that, what he's saying is this: it's because of us that we won the election. Because if we weren't spreading the word, spreading truth, and trying to get people that have been so indoctrinated in the mainstream media and Democratic Party and the lies that if it wasn't for us, we would have lost. So guys, pat yourself on the back and say, thank you so much, God, for giving me the strength just to even buy into the Make America Great. Not the Trump message, just the America Great message. The America Great message. Let's see here. Elon military, I heard, stopped the election fraud this time. They ruined where the button was when he pushed it. I've been saying this for months. This is not your typical election. This is a military, and I've taken criticism for it, but you know what? You know I think about criticism, right? Kiss my butt. I don't care. I don't care what people say because I know my facts. I don't have to sit and argue and debate with people about, well, so-and-so said this. I don't have to do that. I know what I know. And when you're not confident about what the message that you're trying to speak, you'll sit and look off in the corner, stare at the wall, stare up in the air, stare at the other side. You're trying to pull yourself, trying to figure out what kind of bullshit you can say to make people go, oh, man, he's smart. Seriously. You don't go into the military and you go in there and your drill sergeant go, okay, guys, let me, I got something to say to you today. That's really important. That could change the world. No. He can get off my freaking bus. You bunch of lazy ass people, get off. They're confident because they know what they got to do. And so there's no scare of him. No, I didn't say that. We haven't got Trump inaugurated yet and got him sworn in. Anything is possible. But what if, I mean, give me a break, guys. I mean, we had the whole thing of Kamala saying, we've got an attorney set aside. I will not concede. He will not be president. Yada. What makes you think that something hasn't taken place? Hello, guys. I wanted to wake you up. Shake you today. Shake you. Why in the world is Kamala's message changed? Why is she more conservative now with her voice? And why is even Nancy Pelosi, well, today's not a good day, but she still don't say what she's thinking. Let me tell you why. Because they've all got their butt in a sling that they can never get out of. They freaking know that the American people, it's not about Trump coming after them. It's about the American people that put their votes out there and put their voice out there saying, hey, go catch these dumb craps. Trying to keep language clean, guys. Go catch these dumb craps and deal with them. We're sick of them. And we know that the American people know that they... Do you see this? Donald Trump has said, I'm not taking power. We're giving power back to the people. Elon Musk has even said, hey, the biggest crime in the United States is taking your free speech from you. If they really, let me ask you this. If they really stand up and say power to the people, you all, what if Donald Trump got up after he gets inaugurated and says, hey, power to the people. I'm giving it all back to you. Those that were criminals that actually was part of insurrection, or not insurrection, a part of the overthrow and the coup of the government. Oh, I'm going to get on the insurrection here in a second because I got some good news on that. But those people, I'm giving power back to the people to punish those people. Do you realize the shit show that would go down? Do you realize if he put a standoff, military stand back, let the American people have these treasonous people? Think about that. Think about it. It would not be nice. Would not be nice. These people, these treasonous people, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, all these other bag of trashes that have been a part of this, they know that their day is coming. It would do them no good to get on. They have no choice right now. They've probably already been briefed. You shut the fuck up and you do exactly what we want you to say, or we're going to go ahead and take you out now. That's probably what's being said to them, because the whole tone of the Democratic Party, the leaders of the Democratic Party have changed. Do you understand this? I think you need to understand the magnitude of what has happened and what will continue to happen. The whole mood is changing, because it's not about, see, their whole thing was we got to make sure he doesn't get it. Got to make sure he doesn't get it at any means, at any means. And I told you months and months up until this, don't worry about this election. You just get your butt out and vote. Vote early or vote late. I don't care, but just vote. Because it's going to be okay. Because this is not a civil thing. This is a military operation, and it will go down successfully. And anybody and everybody that goes and tries to commit fraud, and they're going to be caught, and they're going to deal with it. Do you understand? How horrible would it be for little Betsy that lives in small town USA, decides, well, you know what? I'm just going to get some out balance. I'm going to put them in there. And she gets caught doing what she's doing. It's treason. Little Betsy from No Name USA gets her butt, goes to Gitmo for this stuff. And she's just found guilty. And we know what happens. You cannot clean up something from just one party. You cannot clean up the fraud. Well, it's just the Democrats. No, it's all across the board. But when you send the message of, hey, if you bring in fake ballots, if you put your hands on this and try to cheat, you will not have hands to cheat again. That's why Trump has said the very next election that we have will be absolutely perfectly safe. You want to know why? Because those that have stuck their hands in the midst of this that shouldn't have had them will not have hands to do it again. Period. In 4 years, we're going to be back down this road again of voting somebody. But it'll be a little different. Do you realize if Donald Trump had not done what he had done with this last election, not this past week, but 4 years ago, that we wouldn't even be at this point in time? We've had to endure some things, but joy comes in the morning. And that joy was when Joy Behar, that craphead, and all those people from The View had to wake up and go, oh, Connie won. Oh. All those other people saying, we're leaving the country if he gets voted in, that are now telling people like Cardi B. I mean, seriously, whatever. If a doorknob could talk, it'd be her. She can't even make a freaking complete sentence, but she's a role model. No, she's not. She's a piece of crap. And now people are catching her on the street. Hey, when are you leaving? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want people harassing me. If people harass me, I'm going to come after you. Oh, no. Oh, no. We live in a different day now to where we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold you accountable for what you say. If you say you're leaving the country, pack your bags and get out of here. You know, he's about to be inaugurated. Go home, wherever that home may be. Leave me alone. Whatever. One of the things Elon Musk said, this was prior to Trump. He said, when Trump is actually voted and actually installed in the presidency, then we're seeing all the Epstein list and everything be dropped. I'm going to say something that you may not believe or not, but I don't care. We're going to see the media change. Two things are going to happen, could happen. One, they could be bought out by Elon Musk or whatever. I'm not sure on all that, but I do know this. Elon Musk is going to be probably the head of the Truth Network. Now, that's not the name of it. I'm just making a statement. And that Truth Network is revealing all that was done, that actually it's coming out. There is no stopping what's coming out. When I tell you the magnitude of this thing, it is so freaking massive. Even if they wanted to stop it, they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it now. It's impossible. And here's the thing, is it's going to go well. It's going to come out. And Elon Musk is even pushing, hey, the mainstream media news should be abolished. And the news should come from the people. Those people that are actually on the scene of things. Those who actually are subject to matter versus these so-called experts. That's why I was saying, hey, if you see somebody doing fraud with this election, film their car, don't just film the floor, film their legs. Film them. Make America great again. Put real criminals, put them out there. Put them out there. And so, Gene Ho. I got a lot of content. I know I'm getting off here, but a lot of content. But Gene Ho, he posted this. I want you to listen.
All right, Kamala is set to give her concession speech later today, about 6 o'clock. But check this out.
Well, we're not going to have this too much longer. You know, we're winding down. 9 years we've been doing it, right? And now we're winding down, and hopefully we'll be going to the next phase, which is turning our country.
That was last week. The next phase is now.
Next phase is now. But did you hear what he said? Can you believe that? Wow. He actually played that, and it verified. It just made me think of this. You know what? I've been saying this. This has been going on 9 years plus. What's been going on for 9 years plus? It has been a absolutely sting, if you want to call it. It has been a military operation from the executive orders when Donald Trump was in office. That is how, when Trump supposedly is not in office, he's not the president, Joe Biden. But how can someone put out executive orders and re-sign them and not be in office? Because it goes back to a president of the United States and a commander-in-chief. Show me where it has to be the same person. Because you can't do it. Because I know my facts. But here's the latest thing.
CBS News can report there are now active discussions taking place between the Justice Department and Special Counsel Jack Smith's office about how they can best wind down these ongoing federal investigations and cases against the person who is now president-elect of the United States.
Okay, this is the same douchebag that was saying he's going to prosecute him, make sure that he can't be the president, he'll never get sworn in. Nancy Pelosi saying the same thing. We got attorneys, Kamala. We got attorneys that are already looking into all this. Blah 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 blah. And now you got this prosecutor, Department of Justice, Special Counsel Jack Smith. Remember when Trump, before he was elected, he was saying, I'm going to replace this guy. He's fired. He's fired the first day I'm on the job. And, he can't do that. He can't do that. He's just doing that because he's a criminal.
Investigations and cases against the person who is now president-elect of the United States, Donald Trump. You will recall that the Justice Department was already on the ropes regarding the legality of Smith's appointment in the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Judge Eileen Cannon had said that the special counsel appointment was illegal. There are now questions, given that he is the president-elect, and there is a strong belief that presidents of the United States should not be facing prosecution. That special counsel office and investigation will be wound down.
Oh, wow. It's actually winding down now? When they were saying, oh, no, it's going to be big. He's going to have to serve the presidents from Rikers. I got news for you. They're a bunch of shit talkers.
Michael, good morning. President-elect Trump will not need to fire special counsel Jack Smith.
Listen.
DOJ guidelines are clear. You cannot prosecute a sitting president. And sources tell me Smith has been in...
Oh, my gosh. Did you just hear that? I'm going to play this for you one more time.
Michael, good morning. President-elect Trump will not need to fire special counsel Jack Smith. DOJ guidelines are clear. You cannot prosecute a sitting president.
Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? You cannot prosecute a sitting president.
The sources tell me Smith has been in discussions about how he will wind down the two federal cases. The January 6th criminal case and the classified documents case are effectively over. And there likely will be pardons for some of those convicted in that riot on the Capitol on January 6th. Trump's thunderous election had the effect of strengthening his hand in all pending criminal cases. There are doubts this morning about the Fulton County state election interference case, which has been mired in legal battles and controversies for months. And some legal experts say it's doubtful that the judge overseeing Trump's 34-count felony conviction in the hush money case involving Stormy Daniels will impose any jail time when Trump is sentenced in just a few weeks.
He's not going to be sentenced. Now, before anyone jumps on me and goes, well, they're talking about a sitting president when all this happened. That's not what they're saying, Jack. That's not what they're saying. First of all, the Department of Justice knows that there's a cleaning coming to them. So all the other agencies, they realize that it's bigger than what they ever thought. Bigger than what they ever thought. Oh, but wait a minute. Let's just go on here to ABC News and see what they got to say.
Now that he's won the presidency, Donald Trump is turning to the task of building an administration, who he will bring to Washington with him, and what they will do. This time around, Donald Trump is no newcomer. He has his own people who have proved their loyalty.
These people have been incredible.
Sources tell ABC News that among his first actions, Trump plans to fire FBI Director Chris Wray and to get rid of the career prosecutors who worked on the criminal cases against him. Trump's also made it clear he will fire special counsel Jack Smith, who brought those 44 charges against him. The special counsel, however, will probably be gone before Trump is sworn in.
Wow.
Sources tell ABC News Smith is in active talks with DOJ leadership about ending both his cases.
Okay, let me stop here. Do you think for 2 seconds that if they really had something on him that they would just up and just be done? You know, as hell-bent as they have been, of prosecuting him, getting him in jail, doing it because we don't want him in there, he's this, he's that. I mean, even Nancy Pelosi's voice, even her comments are really pulled back, especially today. There's a little less, more vicious voicing going on against him. Now, I'm going to tell you something that, well, I'm going to tell you this. I don't care if you believe me or not. That's just where I'm at. No, I've not made any new Facebook accounts. I do not have Facebook. I'm going to tell you something. I have proven it time after time after time after time again about the whole prior to this election that Donald Trump was the CIC. That's why the football remains with him. Well, it does. And it ain't even just me finding intel. It's people that I know. Like there's people that I know. I got two people that I know really personal, not like just friend of a friend, really personal, that are Secret Service that guard I can't tell you who they guard, but they guard. And prior to this election, we've known about the executive orders. We've known about all this. We know that Trump has been the CIC. You got Biden. It's been the fraudulent president of the United States through this election fraud. But you know what? Hey, like Trump said, not DC, but like Trump said, it's okay. You know, it's going to be handled. Whatever. I continue on. Why do you think Trump has all through all this time has went through all these cases, went through all this stuff and not even worried over it? Oh, but I've seen him. He's worried sick. He's going to prison. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's probably just tired of putting up with the bull crap. But I told you this. Why would the news this morning be saying that all of a sudden, I mean, seriously, think about all this. All of a sudden, Kamala is really peaceful with her crowd, trying to get her crowd to be peaceful. And they got Biden that's saying, I've called and congratulated Trump, and I've invited him to the White House, and we're going to have a successful transfer of power. Now, I know prior to this, we were going, hey, there could be an insurrection. It's not going to be it's going to be like J6ers. It ain't going to be like that. It's all Kamala people. And yeah, I know there's places in America, Chicago and other places that are having some uprising, but you know what? National Guard can take care of them. It ain't a big deal. I mean, what are they going to do? Loot the Dollar General store? I'm going to insurrection. We're going to burn down the Dollar General after we loot it. All that good merchandise up in there. Let's go Dollar Tree. I mean, seriously. But, here we go. Why would they now be saying that the DOJ is putting brakes on this? This dude is going to be stepping down. And before he steps down, everything is winding down. These charges, everything's going to be like, come to a stop. Because one, they were fake. And two, the people that are in the know, that know, realize what's going on. Let me tell you this. The inauguration, there's going to be opposition in anything. There's going to be opposition. I can't give you 100% stamp on this yet, but I can give you about 92 to 95% stamp on this of truth. That when we see the inauguration take place, that is another form of optics to the American people of, hey, we finally made it. But let me tell you this. They would not be saying that they're not going to prosecute a sitting president of the United States right now. They wouldn't if he wasn't. How could he be? Well, let's go back a week when DC told you that Brunson case would be the one thing that would turn things around. And before everybody jumps up, why haven't they aired on the news? Why ain't the newspapers? Stop asking me that stuff. We are adults. You all know why the news doesn't tell things. That's why even Elon Musk is saying, hey guys, you people, the citizens, have to become the journalists. They have to be the ones that's telling what's going on, because you're not going to get it on anything else. And my hubby thinks I'm nuts. Well, let him think you're nuts. Yeah. He probably thought that Trump wasn't going to win either. You know, some people can't take. Some people, I mean, I've come up against in the past. I've come up against people that are 3 and 4 times my size, and I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh crap, oh boy, how am I going to do this? But I don't show it, and then I do my job and take them down. So same thing. Some people cannot process. They just can't do it, and you can't convince people. People just have to finally be the late bloomers in the game. Whether you believe it or not, or anybody else believes it, they're exactly right. You cannot prosecute a sitting president. And not only that, why are they all wanting to step down now?
Sources tell ABC Trump's transition team has already started preparing pardons for those convicted of charges related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Now, I hope you heard that. There are people that have reached out to me, and I've yet to get back with them because I've been so swamped. But I wouldn't want to call somebody or talk to them and give them false hope. I said this last year on Brad's show, that pretty soon J6ers would be released. Now, I know some people, well, all of them weren't released. Well, you're exactly right. They weren't. It just still doesn't make me false. It's meant that all of them didn't get released. But as of now, I hope you understand where I'm getting at here. Because as of now, I want to play this again.
Preparing pardons for those in leadership about ending both his cases. Sources tell ABC Trump's transition team has already started preparing pardons for those convicted of charges related to the January.
Why would Trump's team already start preparing the pardons if he's not the president? Do you understand this? And I know some baghead will be like, well, it means he's getting it ready for next year. No, sir. No, sir. I believe that we're going to see these J6ers. They're coming home soon. Like soon. Those that have outstanding charges, it's going to be they're going to be dropped. They're going to be pardoned. Those that have been prosecuted, all that stuff. And not only that, there's going to be compensation for those people because of what the former government has done to them. Oh, there is no, I hope so. There is no, well, I'm praying about it. It is a freaking fact. They're coming home. Those that have outstanding charges will be dropped. It will be dropped. I don't care if you have 10,000 charges on you from J6. It's going to be dropped. It's going to be dropped. It goes back to this. So if you cannot prosecute a sitting president now, so now the DOJ this guy's going to step down, plus all these charges are going to vanish up like a fart in the wind. And then now you got Trump's team already working on getting everybody pardoned and getting everybody released. How can they freaking do that if they ain't in office yet? Answer me that. Everybody wants to debate what I'm saying. I'm debating you right now. Answer me that. Tell me what you think. How can he do that? How can his team prepare everything to get everybody, go ahead and get everybody released and pardoned now? And he's supposedly not even in office. I'm going to tell you why. Oh, but somebody will be like, oh, whatever, kiss my butt. That's because the president of the United States, well, the commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, has now become your president of the United States. Not only with just a vote, but prior to that, I have said it over and over. And I get people go, well, I still see the docket, says Brunson. Whatever. I don't care. Because there's no way Donald Trump could get people released. There's no way his team could legally, effectively start preparing everything to get them released like now if he didn't have the power to do it. I hope you're following me. I believe when the inauguration happens, now it's not over yet. We got all kinds of shit show stuff that could go on. But I'm almost dumb enough to believe right now that they're scared shitless that they're not going to do much. Yeah, you're going to have a couple puppets that try to do some things. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Will serve in his White House and his cabinet. He's already made it clear 2 people he wants involved.
A star is born, Elon.
Elon Musk is an important part of this because Elon Musk has helped do the digital work and provided information that was included and was involved in election fraud and all. Do you understand all the texts? Good Lord, texts, phone calls, emails, everything that they have done to plan this J6 4 years ago was caught. Why do you think Elon Musk is so important to Trump? Because he, along with others, saved their butts. Because if you didn't have people like that on your side, then all you have is just the accusation. But when you got the proof, when he said, we have what? What is it, class? We have it all. That didn't mean they just had a little bit. That means they had every single person involved. They had it all. But I haven't seen nothing on the news, do you see? Oh my God. I'll beat my head against the wall if I hear that again. At this point, now I told you, I gave you a couple different scenarios of what could happen, but at this point, I'm starting. I may be shocked. But I think they're just, I think we're going to see them back down. I think they were a lot of hot air because if Trump would have supposedly lost, then they would have come after him and hung him and just did their whole thing to him just to punish us. And then they would have come after you. When Trump said that they're not after me, they're after you. He was exactly right. Because they don't want the voice of even my show going. They don't want it. It's crazy. All of it. It's just freaking crazy. I'm way behind here. So today we change our pronouns. You know how like everybody's like, well, it's they, the, it, cat, dog, whatever. Our pronouns today are we won. How about that one? We won. Make America great. We won. I do want to say this. I've had a couple people reach out to me about the North Carolina stuff. Yes, we're still helping with that. I will tell you this. We're going to look at, I know we're already in, well, it's the 7th now. So if anybody wants to help out, you can do help out with the turkeys and the dinners and stuff like that we're going to do. We're going to do meals and boxes and food and stuff like that for Thanksgiving dinner. And people say, well, how are they going to cook it? That'll be the next thing. Well, we got people that's actually going to go out and with grills and smokers and different things like that to help us. But anyway, that's what we're doing. If you want to help with that, you can go to eiobn.com. There is a message box in there. You can go down there to where it says give, click give, type it in there. This is specific for that, and that's what it'll go to. If you want to be a guardian, you can go ahead and go to eiobn.com, scroll down through there, and where it says give or donate, click on that. Put in there, I want to be a guardian. A guardian is $10 or more a month that you want to do, and that goes in there. It's what it goes for. And we put you in there, and you will get an email. We've had a lot of people that has sent stuff that's had bad emails or not the full email. We still have people that have contacted, and I tell the some of the people that's working for me now, volunteer. It's like, try to reach out to them again and tell them that we need their email address, the full email address, and we need their contact information, like their address and phone number, stuff like that, so they can be contacted, because I randomly contact people. Did it today before the show. Thank our guardians personally. And also, you'll get your newsletters. We updated a new list of the newsletters of people getting them. So if you haven't got yours yet, you will, but you don't get those if you're not a guardian, and you don't get those if you're subscribing through Locals. Locals does not support us. That supports their deal. And everything that comes into us is what puts this station together. And I've already signed my deal, my contract stuff on the other platform. So that is coming very, very, very soon. And then also we'll be pushing a TV channel next year. Maybe we'll call it the People's Network. Who knows? And it'll just be good stuff. But anyways, yep. And we are pushing for Tennessee still. Trying to get all that together. I know it's kind of running late behind, but we're trying to get all that together. I'll have hopefully more information on that tomorrow. We can seal the deal on that. And tomorrow for the Guardians, it will be Open Line Friday. So we'll be taking calls tomorrow and doing all that good stuff. So let's see here. I'm trying to look at anybody's kind of... Oh, so here we go. So someone put in here, says, how about these kids needing a safe home? Stop CPS. Okay. For those that have reached out to me and know what I've been doing, I've been extremely, extremely, extremely involved in this. I just don't come on and tell it because some people want to spoil want to spoil plans and want to spoil things. So I've been very quiet about this, but there are, let me see here. Go on Q streaming. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going to be going on any other streaming things right now because we're about to do our own platform. And because these other platforms that say, you can monetize and all that, seriously, it's not worth it. But anyway, so North Carolina. So yeah, we've been reaching out. We've actually talked to a couple places. I've actually had some of my guys got a hold of some attorneys, some guys, and they sent some information out, some documentation of how to help some of these kids. Here is the problem. Here's the problem. The problem is this, because I know that there's a church that had had like a orphanage / whatever you call it. They're not nonprofit though, because anytime, here's the thing, anytime these kids have been like, say their parents were killed or whatever, and this is actual factual because I've had to deal with these different cases in North Carolina. But what's happened is their parents are died or whatever. Well, then people think, well, I'm just doing the good thing, and they take these kids in and they turn them into these orphanages or these church homes or whatever. They are governed by the government. So once they are put in the state as a state piece of property, that's what they are. If you go and take that kid or that child out of that home and you take him into hiding or whatever, that's a federal offense because you have technically kidnapped a kid that don't belong to you. It belongs to the state. Is that right? That the state can do that? No. But that's the problem. That's why I tell people, hey, before you do this, you need to think about this, because once you release that child unto the state and they are in the system, it's going to take a miracle to get them out. Because you can't just go take them and say, hey, I'm just going to take care of them and take them to my house, because you have technically kidnapped the child from a home. And that becomes a federal issue. I have told people this. You may agree, you may not agree. I don't care. Is that if you come across people like that have had children like that, then before you take them to the home, try to find out who their next of kin is, all that stuff. But try to avoid taking them to the homes. And even though they may be a church or churches that have, these little orphanages or whatever, where do you think they get their money from to operate? Where do you think they get the food from? Because it's not the community. Yeah, the community may have a diaper drive or all that stuff. They may do that. Praise God. Thank you for that. But when it comes to food and on a daily basis, they are getting resources from the government. And if they're getting resources from the government, then they're tied to the government. They have to do what they say. So my response has been this. Two different responses. One, I sent documentation that was legal documentation for parents that were struggling or wanted somebody else to help take care of their kid. Doesn't matter if they're 501c3. If they're taking anything from the government, they still have to operate underneath that. And the other thing is this. How in the world could a orphanage that has 200, 300 kids in it fund itself? Where's it going to get its funding from? It's going to get it from the state, the county, and the federal government. That's how they do it. So my response to them was this. And I told them, if I came in there tonight and I brought buses in and people and resources and we bust out 300 children, who's going to pay for their meals? Who's going to pay for their clothes? Who's going to pay for housing? Who's going to pay for this? It has to be. That's why I kept saying, hey, the American people have to stand up and help the American people. Because when we fall back on the government, then it's when we get screwed. And I get it. We don't want these kids in these homes. We don't want our CPS on them because, hey, that's how Diddy got a lot of his kids. We know all that. Still got the 300 and whatever thousand that have up and vanished under Kamala's deal. And I pray that maybe she come to grips with that, with God. That's on her business, but I hope she thinks about it on a daily basis. But we worked it out to where some parents can actually do temporary custodial parenting to other people, and it be legal. That keeps the government out of it. And then also, the only other option is to start a home and everybody fund it. And that's near to impossible. So that's the status on that. And there's more things going on that I cannot say. But what I can say is that I have been all over it like crazy. So, yeah, if everybody in America just said, hey, I'm stopped paying property tax and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it towards this, whatever, a home for kids or whatever, then there wouldn't be a problem at all. People, taking care of kids and finding them good homes or raising them right. But once they are entered in under the state, they are no longer they're property of them. It's like them owning a freaking computer and putting a tag on it. What to do to the kid. And if we go in and take a child out, then you're breaking the federal law. Children need to be placed with kin if at all possible. Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that. If they can. And the other thing is this is, there are, even if they say, well, they're not their, I don't know if they say, well, no, we want to take them, whatever. There are things that if the parents are alive that can sign to give them temporary parental custody of that child until they get back up on their feet, or until they get a house, until they get themselves. CPS is tracking the system, a trafficking system. Yes, it is. It really is. And that's the sad part about that. And the sad part about it is once they enter in, it's bad. It's bad. Let's see here. You are correct, sir. My daughter worked at CPS. What you're talking about is the type. Yep. Is it not? Yeah. You're correct, Brewer. No. Don't be sorry that I've already addressed it. That's what we're here for. But, I want people to know that I have been all over it like crazy. And anything else I can continue to do, I will do. But my thing is this, is and I tell people, if you're still coming, if it's that bad right now in certain areas and you still come across people that have kids or whatever, try to divert from going to the system. And if you're going to take them to a church or take them to an orphanage, you need to first of all say, listen, and I know a lot of people's going to be really pissed at what I'm saying here because I'm going completely against the system, but you know what? Fuck the system. Because when you go to these places, you need to be able to say, hey, who are you funded by? Well, we're funded by the people. Yeah, but do you take anything from the government? Do you get diapers? Do you get food? Do you get milk? Well, yeah, we have to depend. Well, then you know that you're screwed. You're screwed. And that's how it is. And there's no magic thing around it other than find loopholes to go around the system. And that's what we do. And that is 100%. Trust me, there was several stories I heard that just was really horrible how parents had passed away. And I mean, and the kids were left there and no one knew what to do. That right there, let me say this. They didn't know what to do, so they turn around, they take the kids and go hand them over to the state. That's part of what I'm wanting to do with this show too, is with having other resources and being able to help people in times like this. Say, hey, because if they don't know, so here we are going, hey, we need to get food and water on the ground, and I get it. You want to get that? We got food and water on the ground, get clothing, and help them get electricity, all these things. But if no one is giving them actually good information of, hey, here's what could happen, they could come in and say that you're in unlivable the conditions are unlivable and your children can't stay here. Here's your options. But the problem that we're running into is that the people have been so burned by FEMA, Samaritan's Purse, Salvation Army, the state doing land grabs, all these things, that the people won't hardly trust anyone, even their neighbors, because they won't do it. There's been so much crap going on. So, one of the things moving forward into this show, in the future of this show, what we're going to do is and I've had a ton of people reach out to me, have resources. We will eventually get to you when we get this organized out, because it's very huge. We have to be able to make provisions and ways for people to survive. That's what America is about. And if the government wants to step in and say, oh, no, we're going to do this, then we can just tell the government to kick rocks and have other resources. We don't need them. And I even told someone, I said, hey, if it comes down to it that someone passes away or whatever, and they didn't have any family or anything like that, and it's a small child or whatever, and they just don't know what to do, and they're going to have to take them to the state or whatever, call me. I'll come get them and I'll raise them. That's absolute fact. I have zero problem with that. And if they come knock on my door, I'll be like, kiss my butt. Kiss my crack. By the way, hey, take this t-shirt that says kiss my crack. It's called This Guy DC Intel. But yeah. See, are they going after the efforts to change the system in the near future? Absolutely. I hate it when we still have to abide by it. Your government, your federal government, is about to get a major shakedown. It's going to get a major shakedown. It's going to get it's just going to get a big shakedown. It's just what's going to happen, because we have had, and I know I'm going over my limit here, and if you have to work, you can go back to work, whatever. But we've had to deal with this for so long, for more than 4 years. I mean, for 30, 40, 50 years, we've dealt with this crap. And there needs to be this. People that are on the system, especially, okay, so say a child has to have the government come in and help provide food and stuff like that. Let's just say, that should not mean that they own that person now. That should not mean that at all. Because it's a proven fact that the government screws with people. It's a proven fact that children in those situations end up getting abused even more than what they would if they was at home. So that's going to be changed. It's all going to be changed. See, are you going to sell t-shirts? Actually, I am. We're working on the person that's actually volunteering for me is working on the shirts with all kinds of different sayings on them. One is "Kiss My Crack." Even got where are they at here? Even got some of these that'll be coming out soon. Tumblers. that'll have like DC into them, but they'll also have like all the little sayings on it. And what I'm going to do with that stuff is when we sell that stuff is not going to go in my pocket. That is going to go towards either, whatever the need is at the moment. That's what it's going for. Let's see here. I don't have it in front of me, but I have a bunch of sayings that people always say, I can't believe, who can I offend today is one of them. Up and vanish like a fart in the wind. Here's the thing, kiss my crack. I say what I want to say, it's my show. And if you call yourself a Christian, then start acting like one. Or if you call yourself an American, start acting like one. Those will be on church too. But yeah, lots of stuff. Let's see here. Kick rocks, yeah. Are we going to have to wait until the 20th for the inauguration? Okay. If you're wanting a public inauguration, yes. But if you followed what I said today, no. Remember what I said. They are now acknowledging Trump, even other countries, they're now acknowledging Trump that, wow, they're even acknowledging him as the president. That's why they're saying we cannot prosecute a sitting president. And that is why also that you're seeing that the J6ers are about to come home. And eventually they'll have a big wad of cash on them from how the former administrations screwed everybody. And all their charges are going to be dropped. How can that be if he's not empowered to do that? So my point is he's in power. And my other point is I believe when we see the actual physical, you have to understand not everybody is on the same page as we are. Not everybody wants to believe what we believe. Not everybody wants to see facts. Nobody can just whatever. They don't care. And so that's fine. Some people need the optics to believe. Need to see, I got to see this with my eyes or it never happened. Got to see it. So they will see him go through a normal inauguration. And you just have to kind of accept that. And if you're waiting for that to happen, then you'll wait for in January for that to happen. But as far as power, you're going to see, I told you all this stuff. You're going to see people start stepping back, stepping down, and reducing their throttle because they know they have fricked up and can't do it. All right, so let's see here. Where is Fauci? Fauci's being dealt with. Let's see here. 50 state sweep. All right. So yeah. I'm trying to see here. Can you share info on a 5P state sweep? I'm not a 50 state sweep. Well, in case y'all haven't already heard, part of this show, been doing it for 3 months, is that it there's been a total. When I say military operation, don't just think it's just, because we can have a good voting, we can vote and it'll be safe. This is something that's a clean sweep. It's not just something that's going to happen overnight. We got so far deep into this thing. That's why the first time Trump was in office, he was like, we're going to clean the swamp. And like, well, he hasn't cleaned it yet. I can't believe it. And those people that say that can't even get off the couch to go anywhere because they're so afraid to go outside, but it's been going on for almost 8 years now, 9 years going on. And even Trump verified that in the clip I played earlier. It's been going on for 9 years plus. And now we're in the next phase. And the next phase is Make America Great. And what does that mean? That means this. No matter who stood in our way, no matter what they've done, how they thought they were getting away with it, it didn't happen. We've got them. We're dealing with them. And soon you will see, you will not hear, soon you will see it take place. Don't ask me what will take place. because y'all been griping about it for years. You know what's coming down the pike. We are beyond the point of saying, well, it's probably going to happen here, or I ain't seeing this happen, I ain't seeing that. We're beyond that point. We're to the point that it's coming down. We got the first phase, Trump elected. Second phase, him put into power. Third thing you're going to see is him being inaugurated. And that, my friend, will be an optic. Just so people can shut up about him being in power or not. Eventually, it will all start to roll out about Brunson and all this other stuff. Why don't it happen now? Because it's just not that plain and simple. Because there are so many other things attached to that case other than election fraud. Let's see. Now, where is Hunter Biden? Where is he? I think you can kind of see, hopefully now, what's been happening. Key people are now just, what are they doing, DC? They're up and vanishing like what, class? A fart in the wind, sir. Yep, that's what's happening. It's going to continue to go on. Anyway, Pelosi has been dealt with, and it's in a different way than what everybody's thinking. But anyways, it's all good. It's all good. So we're going to get through this. We got through the first phase. We're going through the second phase and all this. Also, those that have reached out to me about J6ers, your kids and all that stuff, I will get back to you. I promise you. We'll get back to you. But I want you to see, if your son or whoever, husband, whatever, is sitting right now in the pen because of J6, it's only limited time, only just a short amount of time, and they're going to be out of there. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. I do know that I don't have it here right now, but anyways, I saw where the military, they were in their barracks, and they came on the intercom the other morning and said, the president of the United States has been elected. It is Donald J. Trump, and the whole place went bonkers in there. Anyways, yeah, you're going to see people up and leave, and they don't even say, hey, I'm leaving. They just going to be just gone. That is a strong, y'all that like optic, or not optics, you like Intel, or you're like, is that a comm? Yeah, those are comms when they just up and vanish, and you're like, wait a minute, no one has said anything about them. They're just gone. That should give you a pretty good message of what actually is taking place. Anywho, tomorrow is Friday. Open Line Friday. We'll be doing calls with our guardians. If you want to call in, that's fine too, for our guardians. But good stuff. Like I said, if you want to be a guardian, go to eiobn.com. Click on donate. Click on I want talk in there. Type in there, I want to be a guardian. And give me your phone number, your address, your correct address, your correct email address. And it's $10 or more a month, and it supports what we're doing here. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and we win.